The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Al in Tampa. Hey, Al, what's going on?
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, if your listeners don't get the gold report, they're missing out. I mean, with your gold report, you just printing money. I love it.
You're my best ad out there, Al. Let's go to Jeff in New Jersey. Hey, Jeff, what's going on?
Great. Hey, listen, I was calling to thank you. A few weeks ago, you were prompting on your show to fill out that $10,000 grant.
Yes.
So I filled it out, and just a couple days ago, I found $1,000 in my business checking account.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah.
And I owe it to you, because if it wasn't for your prompting, I would have just assumed, no way I would have gotten anything. So I wanted to thank you.
No, we appreciate you growling a problem with us here.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7.5 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day in the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. And we're going into Thanksgiving week, man. You got to love that. Cultivate wisdom. You don't need to accumulate knowledge to become wise. Anyone can become wise. When you become wise, you respect your body, you respect your mind, and you respect your soul. When you become wise, your life is controlled by your heart, not your head. Market wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 158. NASDAQ up 11, S&P's off 13, gold contract up $10.80, trading $18.72 an ounce. Silver up 26 cents, $24.31 an ounce. Light sweet crude up 41 cents, $42.15 a barrel. Notes and bonds. 10-year note up 4 ticks, trading 138.16. The 30-year up 26 at 174.02. And King Dollar. King Dollar up 85 ticks, trading 92.379. The euro is out here at 118. The yen is at 103.83, and the British pound is at 132 to 1 U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Well, you get a sideways move out here. You get light volume. You're hanging at the highs. You're coming into Thanksgiving. Bottom line, there's no reason the S&P can't try to make a run for, at least close to the highs. Let's put it that way. We're at 356. The high this week was 362. The high last week was 364. I expect it's going to mess around and try to get up there at some way. That being said, NDX 100, whole different animal, man. NDX 100 is weak. Apple has been weak in an incredible way. Still just trading sideways, down 72 cents right now. Microsoft, incredibly weak, down 41 cents. And both of those equities, just so you really got to understand something, both of those equities, they only have to move $1 down to put like the NDX 100 another 50 points to 75 points down, or $1 up. That's how powerful they are, folks, inside of the NDX 100. My take is that they both want to go south. They've been going sideways for an awful long time. Qs are at 292. That's wide open to get to the bottom of the consolidation, which is out here, which is at 260. You get the gap that's still wide open from 3 weeks ago at 270. But it looks to me like that's where we're going. If we go inside the NDX 100 today and look at the strength versus the weakness, we're at NDX. Inside the NDX, you get Zoom is the leader out here today. That's up 6.5%. Moderna is up 5.8. You get NetEase up 4.7. And I got to get this again. I had it yesterday. Pinduoduo, that was it. That's up 4.6. Taken away from it, Workday's getting smoked. That's down 8% or $18. You get Dexcom off 3.4%, Intuit's down 3.2%, and Expedia is off 2.6%. When we take a look at the gold market, coming into a Friday, coming into a long, it's not a long weekend, but Thanksgiving week, the gold market held up. Close call. No doubt, man. We've been hanging down here all week. I mean, if the gold had a chance to, well, let's put it this way. The gold had every chance to try to break the lows that were established out here on November 9th. You know, they kept bumping up against it, didn't do it. Yesterday we got down to this 1850 level. I think 1848 is the low. Yeah, 1848 is the low. Pushed out of here. We're still going to need a lot more volume, but for today we pushed out of here. Silver has been stronger than gold. Silver did 73,000 contracts out here today. And, you know, silver bottom line looks to me like this thing wants to make a run once again up into this $26 area. Now, notes and bonds. We got to take a look at this because this is the cat market that notes and bonds like have 15 lives, never mind about 9 lives. And what we had out here today, if we take a look at the 10 got 1.3 million contracts. You're going to see it come up. It kissed its breakdown. The breakdown number inside the 10 is that 138.18. We got to 138.20. Didn't hold price. I suspect we're going to build some cause here. We're going to basically almost explode topside. That's what it's looking like. So these rates are still going to go down, and the price of these notes and bonds, folks, are going to go higher. We take a look at the 30-year. The 30-year right now is trading at 174.04, and the 30-year is inside its breakdown. And it has volume behind the move, 429,000 contracts. So I suspect what you had out here today is that, you know, as you're crawling inside the breakdown, there's plenty of traders that said, oh, man, here we go again. I might as well just close this shot position out. We're going higher again. And, you know, that's how these babies are set up, man. That's the bottom line. If we go over and we take a look at the TLT, let's see what the 20-year ETF structure did. Same deal. Yeah. Same deal. It's peeking its head up again. Let me see. It's 161.47. Yeah. Anything over 160.64 is game that you're going higher again, man. There's no reason the TLT can't go all the way back up to 165. If it gets to 165, then goes right to its all-time highs. And what I think that has to do with, folks, is this, is that when we're bisecting and dissecting the marketplace, the NDX 100 is very weak. The composite's very weak. That move by the bonds is already telling us we're in the probability business. That's telling us that, guess what? We'll get by probably Thanksgiving week. I can't see a big down week there. You come back on Monday morning, I can see some tough markets. That's the way that this is seeming to set up. It's kind of laid out like that. And King Dollar. We go, oh, yeah, no. You know what we want to do? I want to go to copper. Because copper is saying, you know, we've been talking about this. Copper has been saying to me for quite some time that we have a commodity bull going in a big way. Well, copper basically did it today. Copper's up 9 pennies. You are at 328. The next stop up there is about 350, 360. Then you're into the 4s. It has force behind the move, and more than likely we'll tie that with the dollar, and that's where the probability gets much higher that this dollar is going to break the September 1st lows. That September 1st low is the 91,700 area and go to 88. And if that's what you got, hang on for the ride, folks. That's going to push in a super commodity bull market. Stay right there, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 220. You get the NASDAQ off 7, S&P's off 19. We'll come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are down 237. You get the NASDAQ off 20. S&Ps are down 22. Let's go into those NQs for a second because you're getting some selling here. We'll see where this baby's going to shake out. Let's see. NQZ. Okay, so you're down 47 right now. Oh, that was a nice bar, man. Someone just threw something at it. Look at this. My God, what a business we're in. You got to love it. So they just threw in 86,000 contracts, took the NQs down 36 points in a second, blew out the swing low. That puts game now down to 884. So 884, that'd be quite a trip. That'd be another 60, 70 points down. You know, we'll see how this bounces around here. Let's go take a look at the E-minis. Same deal. You got to love it, man. So they just took, what a trip this is. They just took them from 66 to 56, 10 points. And what's game for the E-minis is the, actually going all the way back to 35.42. It's not that far from where we are right now, 16 more points. That'd be quite a number, though. Let me just put this on a daily for a second and see how that would line up. Yeah, it would, because we've moved around so much, it's really not any kind of type of devastating move. But the bottom line is that you're going south, and it's, let's see, what is it, 3:15 or something? Let's see. Let me pull this one up. Inside the Dow. So inside the Dow, United Health was the laggard out here this morning. Now it's Boeing. Boeing, Salesforce, Visa, United Health. Those are the culprits. You're down 220. Oh, this is interesting. You know, listen, watch this, folks. Oh, this is going to be, for all you folks that like candlestick charting out here, oh, this would be intense. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. So the way that the Dow Industrials are setting up, folks, is that we gapped higher on the Pfizer news. That's when the Dow Industrials itself gapped from 28,431 and then opened at 29,467. You know, so you're talking a monster gap. this is lining up that you can get down to we're almost to the bottom of where it gapped higher. And if we have a gap down off of that, that'd be pretty intense. You don't see huge island tops like this too much. You definitely don't see this in the Dow Industrials. It's very hard for the Dow Industrials to basically gap that much. I mean, this gap is a monster gap. What is it? 431 to... Yeah, it's a 700-point gap. So that is a monster heads up, folks. And more than likely, we will see that get filled. You take a look at the NDX 100 inside the NDX, the way this is set up. Now, that's only down 37 points. That's the cash I got. Yeah, this is just going to be a... Let's go over to Apple and take a look at how Apple comes into the close. Someone's selling Apple, folks. They're selling it just little by little by little. But to have this much pressure on Apple, and Apple looks to me, the next step down on Apple, they hit Apple at the same time. I mean, let's see, we have enough time. 322, you got enough time. It'd be interesting to see if they can, go after this. Yesterday at the Open, was it at the Open? Yeah, it was at the Open. Yesterday at the Open, you had that slam down, so that there's a high volume low that's laying out there at 116.81. It's not far from where we are, and they'd love to get tested. And whoever is slamming that market right now, bottom line is that they know where those other buyers and sellers are. Now, they don't know who they are. When I say they know that, okay, someone else is selling down there too. When you see either selling or buying, and you feel like there's other people that are involved in it and other operators involved in it, it helps tremendously, folks, okay? Because it's fingerprints on the tape. That's what it really comes down to. Is it a scientific theory? No. Is it something that you can trade off? I would say yes after you see it so many times. That's going to be 2 or 3 years of seeing how these things work, not 2 or 3 weeks or months, because it's a different flavor. And if you actually start looking at that, what you want to do is this. As you look at it, you're going to try to simultaneously, you want to see how many shares they're selling at the same time, because what bigger traders tend to do, probably smaller traders too, is that they sell the same amount of shares as they're going forward. It just happens to be set up on their screens. They go click, 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 and that's kind of how it goes. You just get used to it. That's what it really comes down to. But you can pick up little things like that are very subtle that you can use, 3 or 4 times a year. It's not something that you're going to be using every single day because it doesn't work like that. What it does work when you have big up days, down days. It works particularly, we get it's Friday, it's option expiration. You already have the volume low that's out there. That's when the odds go up a little bit. Let's get over to the gold equities. We'll take a look at the GDX, because the GDX fell out of its range, and it doesn't look like it's made it back in yet. 36, yeah, it's got some work to do, man. 36.01 is the first part, but you really want to see it actually at 38.80. And today it basically failed at 36.36. So let's see who the big dog was failing, whether it was Barrick, G-O-L-D. Okay, so Barrick Gold, that's up a penny. That couldn't hold price. So that's going to be the culprit. Barrick's the culprit. Barrick and Newmont, it's down a little. So they're both culprits. FNV, we're checking out Franco-Nevada. The reason being, okay, that had to get out of there. That's good. That's up $1.64. This is interesting. This is like an island bottom. Yeah, it's a small one, but that's a little island bottom there. And Royal Gold, RGLD, this is ready to break its June lows. Now, that hasn't saved itself yet. Royal Gold has to get back inside 112.23 in order to save itself. Hasn't done it yet. Number-wise, Foot Locker came out this morning. We're evidently buying shoes, buying sneakers, buying all of the above. The market's saying, what more are you going to do for me? Because they come out with good numbers. It's down $2. That being said, what you are going to have here is that is a higher high with volume. That will go right back topside. You take a look at Nike, what we have with Nike out here. Nike's trading 132.75. That's up 84 cents. But that gives you a hint that if Foot Locker sales are up so dramatically, which they were, then you start taking a look at Nike. Nike's coming out with their earnings on December 18th. Now, that's something to remember and scratch down, folks. If you have a notebook or something, because Foot Locker is Nike. It really isn't, okay? But you walk in a Foot Locker store and you see what I'm talking about. Stay right there, folks. Dow Industrials down 193, NASDAQ off 15, S&P's off 18. We'll come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. TFNN has developed a daily programming lineup for traders by traders. We start every trading day live at 8:30 a.m. with Tommy O'Brien hosting the morning market kickoff as he starts the day off by breaking down everything you need to know about what's going on for the trading day ahead. At 9 a.m., Larry Pesavento takes your calls and questions live on the air for the opening bell as he hosts Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom and Tommy O'Brien host the Bull Bear Trading Hour. At 11 a.m., it's Kevin Hinks and Alex Coffey from TD Ameritrade Network with Fast Market. Basil Chapman at noon with the Tiger Technicians Hour. Steve Rhodes hosts the Trader's Edge at 1 p.m. Dave White with the Power Trading Hour at 2 p.m. And Tom O'Brien closes out the day for the final hour of trading live from 3 till 4. Don't miss a second of our daily programming lineup. Tune in to Tiger TV every trading day live at TFNN.com. Educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 204, NASDAQ off 20, S&P's off 19.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Dave White, as we do each and every Friday at 30 past the hour. Don't forget, folks, Dave has an outstanding show here every trading day, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Also has 2 great newsletters. He has the Path of Least Resistance as well as the Tech Insider. They're very easy to get. Come over to our website at TFNN. You go into newsletters. You hit newsletters. You can hit the Path right there. You hit subscribe. The Path is $119 a month. For 6 months, it's only $5.99, which is a savings of $155 or 21%. You can get it for a year for $9.85, which is a savings of $443 or 31%. Dave White, what's going on?
Well, we talked maybe 3 years ago about Apple moving a lot of its hardware design to between Austin and Fort Worth.
Yes.
And they've been spending a ton of money on things like their giant UFO and campus in California, but pretty much an equal amount of money in all the stuff to develop hardware, all the way from Austin all the way up to Fort Worth, where there were a ton of previous buildings, mostly built around Texas Instruments. In the
interesting.
80s.
Okay.
So that's where they moved there, and there was just a ton of industrial buildings made for semiconductor manufacturing and development that had slowly kind of gone out of business as Texas Instruments mostly makes chips that haven't been designed in 20 years, 30 years, right? They just make glue. That stuff's made over in Taiwan anyway, or China. So not a whole lot. That stuff kind of slowly went out of style, and there weren't a lot of new technology companies down there. So they got to get the land and what people were left down there fairly cheaply. But you got to, they started off with about $3.5 billion and 3,500 people down there. But now they showed their new laptop yesterday. And it's the first one where they're really showing off a lot of their own work. And that is they have a chip that is, they got the basic design from ARM Holdings from England.
Yeah.
Which is now being bought by NVIDIA.
Okay.
And a lot of what you can see, the reason why NVIDIA is buying it, and that's because Apple decided to build in its own graphics chips into this ARM-based processor that they're putting in to their own laptops.
So is ARM a designer of chips, Dave?
Right.
Okay.
There's the way that things work in technology is you design a chip on a computer, and in the old days they used to say taping out. Literally, the whole thing would go on some huge long tape, and then you send the tape to some place, and then they'd actually build the tape at the fab, build the product from the tape at the fab.
Okay.
So there was kind of now everybody just sends their stuff to Taiwan Semiconductor. But there are some very interesting stuff. Apple paid up to get the first spot for 5 nanometer construction from Taiwan Semiconductor. So it uses a whole lot less power. But I think Apple's figured out that their customers they're not going to be trying to duke it out for the $800 or $900 or $1,000 laptop. They're, $2,000, $3,000.
Right.
So they're going for the very top end. And in fact, the chip has a lot of capabilities for machine learning built into it. So again, that goes back to NVIDIA, who's very sensitive since they own, I'm going to say 98% of all machine learning technology that isn't made in-house by other companies and used only in-house. The only company actually selling that kind of technology to other folks. So anyway, Apple has made some very interesting stuff. If you were into graphics or you're into machine learning, probably the best laptop you can buy now, again, if cost isn't a huge consideration, because these things are going to be expensive all the way up, probably up to more than $5,000. But if you need heavy graphics or you want to do machine learning on the road, a lot of capabilities. But the best and most powerful graphics card in a laptop, at least today, I'm sure that'll happen. But I guess the biggest thing is their laptops haven't been anything to write home about since probably 2016. They've had a kind of an also-ran for about 4 years. They've updated it a couple of times. First time, they'd catch on fire. The second time, the keyboard was horrible. It hasn't been a good product for a long time for Apple. So from at least the reviews and everything else that people have seen, this at least gets them a laptop or a product in computing outside of course, owning a actual iPhone, which is most of their bread and butter. But a huge move, and they're looking to double the amount of people that they have in the next couple of years, with another 3,500 people in that corridor between Austin and Fort Worth.
A lot of business for them down there. And you know what's intriguing is that, it's funny when Apple really started hit, when Jobs there, it was always the computer of designers anyway, right? That's
right.
Yeah.
They're really big into that. Now, I heard you saying someone's selling it, and I've kind of posited that what the people hate most at Wall Street is anybody actually spending a lot of money on CapEx. And that, I think, like as you said, people are selling. You've got at least some sellers in there. I think a lot of people are looking at Apple and saying, hey, they're going to be spending money now for years to come. We kind of enjoyed it when they weren't spending much money and just cashing in iPhones to the tune of, $300 or $400 profit per. So
right.
The question is, do they get out of this spending spree where if you would have graphed how much money they had, they should have about $325 billion in the bank. They're down to a pitiful $200 billion, but they've been spending some cash on a lot of different stuff. So they still have more than all the economies past, I think, the sixth in the world. So they still have, are a country almost to themselves. But very interesting technology. I thought Apple would probably do better. But the spending, at least in my opinion, seems to be what a lot of the people that have been long-term investors in Apple seem to be shying away from.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And, Microsoft's trading the same way, but they both have monster runs, but they both are trading the same way. So it's going to be really interesting to watch this thing shake out. Stay right there, folks. Dave and I are going to come right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 173. NASDAQ's off 20. S&Ps are off 16. It looks like some numbers, folks, but realistically, the way we've been trading, this is still a sideways market, and we're going to have light volume. Stay right there, folks. Dave and I come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors. If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 161, Nasdaq's up 14, S&Ps are up 15. And for all you folks in the Tampa area, pretty cool. The Toronto Raptors just announced, guess what? They're going to start their season in Tampa because you can't cross the border. So we got quite a sports team down here, Dave. Town down here.
Yeah, it's been kind of a weird year, but they've all kind of come up roses.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Now we're looking at the devil. 6 degrees of Facebook separation. Talk to me about this.
Well, before we get into it, I think this is what we're looking at Facebook, and I'm going to talk about what I think the replications are of this. But they were in front of the Senate this week, and all the standard stuff where you've got half the people hate them for antitrust, you got half the people that hate them for censorship. So that was the predictable part of it. But one of the senators got a hornblower who came in. And just so you know, 6 degrees of separation is a theory that it's also called the 6 handshake rule, that if you you can connect to anybody in the United States with any 2 people with a maximum of 6 steps. And, of course, Kevin Bacon is famous for this because there's a college drinking game where you can just figure out how many people that he knew, and you can name any actor or actress in 6 steps. You can put them in the same movie. Well, right in the middle of the rollout, Josh Hawley, which is a senator from Missouri, rolled out a program and started showing screenshots of a program called Sentra, which is like the car. I don't think it's exactly.
Yeah.
But this program is very special, and then we'll talk about why I think it's very important for Facebook going forward. But this program follows not just every customer on the platform, but follows you when you're off the platform by getting data back from other companies like Google and others.
Sure.
But also, if you talk to somebody you've got a Facebook page,
okay,
and you talk to somebody, it starts tracking them.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're trying to put together this kind of 6 degrees of separation between everybody. But there's one huge problem, and that's this decree dissent that they signed in 2018 that they ended up paying a $5 billion fine for, says that they won't do any of this.
Really?
Yes.
And you're saying they're still doing it, right?
They're not only doing it, but they're doing it on steroids.
Yeah, right.
Right? So the guy shows the whole thing. And, of course, you generally, when you ask somebody, did you kill that man? The thing isn't to say, well, what man are you talking about, right? You go, no, I don't care who it is. I didn't kill him.
Well, if you're in the Congress or the Senate, that's the only answers they give.
Right. Well, this one was very good. I'm unaware of any program by that name.
Oh, perfect. Right.
Right.
That's Zuckerberg.
So
That's Zuckerberg
okay.
saying back to the congressman and the senator. You mean, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you didn't do it, you just say, never did it. Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Well, that's what you and I will say. But in those hearings, if you want to hear nothing, folks, and hear the best lawyer talk in the world, that's where you hear it. There's no doubt.
Well, he was trained very well, but then of course the follow-up questions, because this guy used to be a district attorney.
Yeah.
Right. So the guy asked me, "So do you know it by any other name?" Well, we'll have to get back to you on that.
Right.
Right. So yes, the answer is yes. We all know it's yes. But why no one really brought it up, all these antitrust things are out there circling around. But this would, if you go back and look at the 2018 dissent decree, they've already paid yet another fine on violating it already in 2019. And I think that was another $1.5 billion. So this looks like yet another version of that. And the question is just whether or not that they throw out all the dissent decrees and not go after them just for this, but everything from the original case in 2010. So I don't know. My dad always told me when you're walking on eggs, don't hop. But, I went back to Microsoft, and if you look at some of the more famous depositions from Bill Gates in 1998, 1999, before they went through their thing, showed the kind of chutzpah that a lot of these guys that really read the press believe their own press. And I have a feeling that he's going to probably wake up very much like Bill Gates did one day and find out that he's got people crawling all over his company, looking into every nook and cranny, looking for the roaches, especially after these guys signed, well, this would be the third consent decree on what they can and cannot do with their data. Now,
listen, I agree. I can see it. It seems to me, though, that this is almost just like the banks. The banks, $5 billion to Facebook is like $5 billion to the banks. That's chicken feed, man. $100 billion is chicken feed. So
okay.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's okay. Facebook takes in as much as the banks take in. So it's like, okay, right. Here's a nickel.
I'll take it in a different angle on it. The whistleblower law gives this guy 10%. So if they get another $5 billion, the whistleblower is good for $500 million.
Oh yeah, no, they'll get caught at it. I'm just saying that big companies now that's part of the overhead, man.
Apparently, but I'm thinking that eventually you say it's the overhead, but eventually you had the 5 people running around in Microsoft for 10 years, all through the executive suite, looking at everything that they did. And I think everybody thinks that will never happen, but it did happen in the past. And I wonder, this seems to me kind of like they're jumping the shark at this point.
Oh, listen, I hope it happens. And they're not a bank, so the banks are so protected, it's insane. So,
right.
I get that, believe me. I think the whole thing's insane. So.
Well, anyway, it's called Centra, and of course, probably the only other thing that happened was...
I suspect everyone's using Centra. Why wouldn't you, right?
No, this is a custom thing that they're using internally.
Oh, so you're saying that Centra is their company, and Zuckerberg is saying he doesn't know what Centra is?
Right.
That's even more intense. That's
he doesn't know a product by that name, right? Yeah. So, what does he call it? Well, we originally called it Project X, right? And I've always called it Project X. So I didn't know what you meant when I called, it's that kind of song and dance. But I think the only other thing was that I found interesting in the hearings is that someone got to Jack Dorsey, and he still got the beard, which is a little unruly, but at least he didn't look like he was 9/10 in the bag like he did 6 weeks ago with the Congress. And he looked like he was at least coherent, although he did admit that basically they're doing wrong and that he's going to try to fix it. But that was about it. Zuckerberg with this thing, probably the biggest thing that came out of those hearings.
It'd be nice to see them broken up. Break them all up, man. I mean, they're ruling the world right now. But, it's one of the Tigers are saying, guess what, folks? There's only 435 representatives. There's only, 104 senators. It's easy pickings to pay them off. And in fact, Apple, just come across the tape, Dave, Apple lobbyists are basically lobbying Congress right now to get rid of the slave labor law in China. Come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
Bam!
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now, they're running it into the lows, into the close, folks. Dow down 184, NASDAQ off 29, S&P's off 20. And big electric iron. Let's take a look at this. What is this, Dave?
Well, the F-150 rolled out today and is going to be available as a hybrid. It's the #1 selling vehicle in all the world and has been for 20 years.
I had one. I love my F-150. Yeah, totally. Long time ago, but
a lot of people are wondering whether or not they'll sell, but they're certainly going to make it available. I guess you can buy a whole lot of different versions, but anywhere from the straight gas-powered one for about $35,000 up to the most expensive hybrid version, which is about $80,000.
Wow!
And of course, if you get to the 250s and the 350s, I don't think they're doing EVs of those really heavy trucks.
Yeah,
but they're certainly doing it on the F-150.
It's amazing how expensive trucks are, man. Yeah.
Well, I've got my truck, and I think it just turning the key, I'm figuring $5. So I'm thinking, if you used it to go across country, do big things, tow boats around.
Yeah.
Being able to use a big engine's kind of neat. Being able to just drive it around the city on electric, probably also a fairly good thing. I don't know if it's worth the money, but certainly if you're just driving it, 10, 15 minutes to work every day, and then you're hooking up a boat and, taking it down to Key West.
Yes.
Maybe there is a good part for that where it's used as a car during the week and used as the ability to haul your toys around on the weekends. Maybe, much bigger.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I can definitely
General
see that.
Motors showed their full EV Hummer, and it's quite interesting.
I bet it's a monster.
It's a tank, 6,000 pounds.
Listen, thanks for the education, Dave. You have a great one, safe one. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great weekend, safe weekend. Come back and visit us Monday morning. Tommy kicks us off 8:30 in the morning. Please tell your friends about it. Tell them to go to YouTube, search TFNN and subscribe.